It's a lucky upsetting thing. Is this BBC Sport?
The number one player, the master, was Ray Reardon. He was ahead of his time in the tactical department. He was the first player I ever saw refuse to go for a pot. And if he missed a shot, Ray, it wasn't his fault. And it was something else. It couldn't have been him. My father would say, well, look, you know, look, his arm looks like a chicken wing. It's stuck out like that. How can he play that well? But he's still got the balls in the pockets, and there's a million ways to do it. Hated playing him, hated him in one respect, but we had so much of a mutual admiration. I think we had, wherever he went, aggro followed. Up until then it was library silence, and all of a sudden it was, go on Alex, and there was a new breed coming in. But he frightened me. I couldn't handle it. I used to try and keep as far away from possible. Every time he got near me, I hoped he wasn't going to say anything to me. He went through a health kick. He decided that honey was the solution. But I remember that he put spoonfuls of it in his lager. Even though Jimmy White is a marvellous, marvellous player, and Ronnie O'Sullivan is a fantastic talent, I'd put the only genius I've ever seen on a snooker table in the hands of Alex Higgins. There was a time when I really hoped that he would lose in tournaments and get knocked out even in the first round. But that's all changed. I've sort of grown up a bit, I think. I think he's more liked by his peers than I was back in the 80s. And he's probably the most devastating player there's ever been on a snooker table. Jimmy White has never won the World Championship, and I think really it's down to luck. His skill levels have been fantastic, but he's just been at the right place in the wrong time. When he wins, he doesn't boast, and when he loses, he doesn't complain and moan. And over the years, he's had lots to complain about. Jimmy White is the man on the street. He's got street credibility that no other snooker player's ever had before. I'm 8-0 in front, I go for a blue. I can't lose. 8-0 in front, I go for a blue, and all of a sudden, it rolls over the pocket, doesn't go in. Dennis pots it, 8-1, and all of a sudden the wheel fell off. In style that the wheel's never fallen off before. And in the last frame, I know he didn't play great either, but I just completely gone. And there's nothing embarrassing about that, because really, you're allowed to go. It's how you deal with it afterwards. But as I got out of my chair and walked to the table, I realised that my legs didn't seem like my legs. And my arm, and it wasn't even my cue. It was a different body. I was playing with a different body. And I just cracked up and missed the black and overcut it.
No.
And I just sort of sat stunned in silence in my chair while Dennis was going like that to somebody and going, and then David Vine came on and asked me some questions. My face looked like a smack bum, you know.
Welcome home, the 6 times Embassy World Champion, Steve Davis.
I'd like the world to know the story of my life. The moment when your lips met mine, and that first exciting time I held you close to me. The sorrow when our love was breaking up, the memory of a broken heart, and later on the joy of making up, never, never more to part. There's one thing left to do before my story's through. I've got to take you for my wife, so the story of my life can start and